Well, that road come in by the cemetery, and it went down through rolling prairie, and instead of turning down and going underneath that viaduct, you go straight. And there was a road that went by the house at the farm, that farm. It went south of that farm and over the railroad track and dropped into Bootjack, and then it picked up the 20 and went into New Carlisle, yes. But then you're coming back underneath the viaduct, and you come down and you turn to the left, and you're coming this way, and the first building was a filling station. And then you come up to Peacock Fountain Inn, and then I think in about it was 1936, 37, something like that. Well, 35. They built a school, and it's where the memorial is. That was the original school. Okay, now you got the new school, and you're coming this way, and there's you go up a couple of 3 blocks. On the right-hand side was a telephone office. And then on the corner of 425, where the bank is now, was a Dr. Fuller's house, which is a big place. And then you come up farther, you come to the Methodist Church, and then across that was another filling station, Gaffel. Now at Gaffel's, then you go down the main street of Rolling.
The downtown of Rolling Prairie then was where the beauty shop is now. That was a pool hall, and next door to it was Hacker's grocery store, and then there was Oscar Halder's barber shop, and then Kegabine's appliance store. And then across the street was where Virginia Zook lived with her grandparents, and then next to them was the Gleaner Hall, and next to that was the Porter family's house, Tom and Paul Porter. And across the street from that, which would be right down from where we are now, was Dick Stevens' store, and next to it was the little tiny library that was nothing more than a shed, really. And then Bozick's, where we're at now.
Well, when I first, to start out, used to be a standard filling station right where the fire station sits now. And then as we crossed the street, there was a bank over there, and above the bank, it was a Masonic Hall. And from the bank, you'd walk just down the sidewalk, and that was the Reese's Hardware. And they sold implements, Oliver implements at that time, and that's where my dad bought my first plow. And like that. And then Hunt's Hardware, the little post office was next. And then your Hunt's Hardware, then your blacksmith shop. Then you cross the street to Noble's, and Bozick's added after Noble's. But I knew Bozick's real well, and I used to go in there a lot. But then you go on down to and that's where the Massey Harris and Massey Harris dealer was at that time, and that was Miss Bob Wiley and George Schultz. And then after they went out of business, the grocery store went in there and was there until the new grocery store was built. There was a park. There's the Gleaner Hall on the other side. It's still standing there. And this bare lot that's there, that was a park. And a fellow by the name of Andrew Stoner used to take care of that. He lived right across the street from right by the church where the library is of today. That was his next house. That was his. But he had checked things every morning and be up there. And then the elevator, that was a great place to go. Then they had that livestock market, and I was a little boy when that was there. But I went with Dad on a wagon, and we had to take a load of pigs, and had a wagon, box wagon, and you put them in that and take the team and go. And then Wheatbrook's it was Mr. Wheatbrook. He had his little gravel. He started out real small. He had gravel and blocks, cement blocks, and like that. When they first started, they were in just a little. It wasn't much bigger. It wasn't as big as this room, and Then they built on and got to be real nice and big.